Greetings and welcome to Stunthanger Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthanger Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than a live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthanger Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthanger Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthanger Forum, you can find a link. You can scroll down to the section called At the Bench, which is right below in memory of our friends. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunthanger Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. If you're not a member, please register at stunthanger.com/SMF. That's stunthanger.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That is courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthanger will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in and enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box right over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. And understand, sometimes I can't get it worded myself. So be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do this during a live stream. So like I said earlier, hosts YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunthanger video hangouts that I host or the many building videos, contest coverage that Sparky does on this platform, informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share the videos, comments on the videos also help the Stunthanger YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthanger's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member myself. I have the $4.99 come out of my own checking account each and every month, going on now for over 4 years. And I started doing this before I was the host. It's not like I'm hosting the show and I'm going to pay for, do it. I did it before I became the host. So take it for whatever that's worth to you. Anyways, if you don't want to do the subscription of $4.99 a month, you can do the super chat, which is right below the chat box right over here. And you can, once you click that super chat, it's like a big dollar sign. Once you click on that, it'll direct you to how you can make your donation. Now, that's during a live stream, but during the replays, the super chat goes away and it's replaced with super thanks. And to find that, hit those 3 dots underneath the video, and then another menu will pop up, and then you can direct your donation that way. So please donate. Use your support. And by the way, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. And so if you have any questions or comments for me, the best way to do that would be to go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. If you would, please check out the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his Junar XL. And it was orange back then, and now it's white with orange trim. Beautiful plane, beautifully light as well. It's over 7 square inches, 58.5 ounces. Beautiful flying plane. So anyways, I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. And again, thank you so much for your support. And with that being said, we have people in the gallery already. I'm putting Stephen Smith to, I'm boring him to death. Saw you yawning, Steve. Maybe that was a delay I'm seeing, but let me make my way over to the control panel. And welcome everybody. I appreciate you guys coming in. And John Miller was the first one up. Let me make my way over to the control panel, and let me get over there right now. Let's see here. Go. All right. Hope everybody had a good work week or retired week. I went to a gathering yesterday. It was a lot of fun. We have a, a guy that I fly with, Roger. He's actually moving, and so we had like a farewell get together for him, and I'll share some pictures of that. I thought that was pretty neat. The fact that we send off someone like that, and I mean, we really have some great guys here in San Diego and Escondido. Really, some neat guys, and I'll show you some pictures of them. And as soon as I finish doing what I'm doing here, trying to multitask, talk to you while I'm doing this as well. So let me see here. Okay, looks like we have 7 concurrent viewers and we have 5 likes. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. So those of you who haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. And let me see here. And we have Gary Sinclair in the chat box. He's our first YouTube channel member. Thank you, Gary, for your financial support. And he says, hi, everyone, like provided. And then Marcel Legrand, he says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. And he says, hi, John, and he gave you a smiley face. And then we have Jeff Riley. He says, hi, guys. Charles, how did the end caps work out? Yeah, I'm going to show some pictures later on, Jeff. Thank you so much for your help. I'm telling you, man, you are awesome. You are the man, as I said earlier. Jeff Riley says, P.S. like clicked. Thank you very much. All right, so now I'm back to the gallery. And Jonathan, I know you, before we went live, you was saying how you've been working on the electric version of the Trailblazer, right?
Right. And that's one of the things where I think being, having the CAD program to do drafting really helps. I was a hand draftsman for years before I went over to CAD, so I'm very familiar with hand drafting. But the nice thing, well, I'll show you here. I was going to wait a little bit, but let me share this.
Ready?
Okay, let me know when it shows up. Showed
Yep.
up?
Better.
Okay. As you can see, there's nothing in here except for just the objects. And Denny's plans and drawings for the electric conversions over here. But in reality, let's see, I got all you guys sitting on top of this thing.
Yeah, no, they changed the format. This Zoom, my system got updated today, so we're gonna get together and get accustomed to it together, I guess.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Everything is still there. Everything was in the main drawing. I'll do it this way because that's covered up.
You got layers in that?
Yeah, I've got layers going. Well, I can't show it because you guys they got all the people in here stacked up on top of where I'd have my my layers show up. Anyway, I can unfreeze layers and have everything come back. That's how I got it to where I just wanted to work with this portion, just the object lines to set up the drawing for the electric, and it worked out pretty nice. I talked to Dennis. We decided to go with this prototype one. It was never accepted by Brodex, so it's kind of hanging out there in the open.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's set up for a 35 millimeter can for electric motor. So it's the big one. It's not a 28, it's a 35. And I believe for this one, we're looking at a 35-25 or 35-30, about 750. But anyway, it'll all fit in here. And you can see this is much shorter. He told me to go ahead and use it and make it mine by making the changes. So what I did is I made it long enough that it sets back into the leading edge of the wing so I can get maximum movement on the battery pack fore and aft. And then the old trick on airflow is putting this little angle here as it comes out there. And as you can see coming out here, that creates a low pressure area right here at the opening and helps draw more air through the cooling through this particular baffle setup.
Oh, interesting.
So that, and yeah, and so I'm going to do the same thing underneath here. I'm going to put it right about here. I'm going to have the ESC and the timer in there, and have it to where you just a battery, not battery, like a battery box. So, but it'll be for the ESC and the timer. It's just have a magnetic latch on it, and you drop it down and adjust or whatever, and probably have it set up right in this area for the safety plug. And it's really getting actually quite close to being ready to start doing some other. This area from about here forward is going to change, though I will have these sections, but they won't look like this. They'll look a little bit different because it's the nose is going to be different. And I think the electric version will actually come out lighter than the IC version, just because I don't have to have so much mass up here to stop it from vibrating or to soak up the vibration. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on, and it's been fun. I hope to have this done soon, and then I could start on the full-bodied versions.
Wow.
So,
looks so good, John. That looks great.
Well, thank you. Any questions or anything?
Yeah, looks good.
Good. Well,
So you enjoy doing it, so that makes it nice too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I do enjoy doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a part of the hobby for me.
Yeah.
Especially as I don't fly much anymore, you know. Or I can't. I don't think I'll be able to fly competition. We'll see, but it's still interesting to draw them and to set it up. You know, for not production, but for kit making, for scratch building, stuff like that. So yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoy it all the time. That's why I enjoy doing drawings for other people and things like that at times too. So
you get someone to do that, and then take a picture of it, then send it to you, and you have a actual picture.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. The plans that are out on the IC version is that there'll be some built here soon, and I'll soon have some pictures and some flight reports, and some. I'm hoping that they'll have more information to put in for the bill of materials and things like that, so I can get it pretty accurate. So anyway,
I have a question, John.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when the plane is sitting on all the wheels, what kind of angle of attack is it going to be when it's on the deck?
Well, I could put it up there. It's about a 6-7 degree, somewhere in there, between here and the tail wheel.
Oh, okay. Now, do you drive for a certain angle of attack?
Well, I don't want the tail wheel tucked way up here, just because that really gives you, and the plane tends to want to jump in the air with the power over weight ratio we have. And, you know, you want the tail to come up and to do a nice smooth liftoff so you can get maximum points on a takeoff. So that's one of the reasons why the Stunners generally have a long tail wheel on them, is to kind of get it up a little bit. One of the tricks, like with an All-American Senior, that sets there, it sets, you know, like that. And one of the tricks on that when you launch it is you put your finger down on your back finger, where you're holding the back fuselage. You give your finger down, you actually lift the rear of the airplane up and have it rest on your finger, and then you let it go. It's light enough and there's enough power there that it'll just take off. The tail doesn't drop. And so it takes off nice and smooth. But if you try to take it off with sitting on the tail wheel, it wants to jump in the air.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, I've never thought to let the tail rise before releasing the plane when I'm launching it.
Yeah, it's, what you have to make sure though is between when it's sitting like this, that you got enough clearance between the end of that prop
Right,
and the ground.
right.
Because if you only got like a half an inch, you could nick your prop. So you want to be careful about that.
Mhm.
Um, I've been checking on Evil Donkey, uh, innovative, innovative, what are they? Innovative supply or whatever,
Innovate designs, I think.
innovative design, and on their 35 millimeter motors, and trying to match up, and I found several that match up really nice. Yeah, I look at the speed that the speed that it will travel at the suggested RPM, or what they consider the maximum RPM. And I want one that's just a little faster than what we like. So you got a little edge on there. And then I also look at how much the thrust is, because you need that when you're going straight up. You've got to have enough thrust to be more than what the weight of the airframe is,
Right.
things like that. So I really appreciate their charts and all that. But I found about 3 or 4 decent 35 millimeter. Oh, thank you for doing that for me.
You are.
35 millimeter cans, because it really gives you a little bit of, gives you a little bit of choices, options. Hey, there's Denny. Denny, did you
Yeah.
see what I did there with that? I stretched it out like you suggested.
Oh, then you gotta lower your boom.
You have a 3-blade prop on that?
Yeah,
Okay. Look
yeah,
like it. Mhm.
No, I
yeah,
thought, what the heck? John is a master at this. It's,
Yeah.
child's play. Putting that box in there is a child's play for him. So,
Uh-huh.
but I guess I've got a different way of looking at airplanes now and everything like that. You see an electric profile. To me, it looks every bit as clean as a full body airplane does.
well, it's pretty
You
close.
put that, you put that
Yeah.
box on there and everything like that, and encloses and braces everything. And boy, you don't have everything hanging off on one side and everything like that. I think it's a very clean look. I think it'll perform like crazy. So
Yeah, yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. I'm gonna enclose. There's gonna be a box under the box back in the wing area. That'll
mhm.
also open at the ESC and the
Yeah,
top.
it's, there's, most famously, Tom Morris builds all his profile Cavaliers with a big cheek cowl on the one side, and everything's hidden under there and everything like that. But that means, well, everything's hidden. You got to mess around with a cheat code and stuff. On mine, I don't. I usually put the ESC exposed, but when you put it down low under the, underneath and stuff like that, it really doesn't,
You know,
doesn't
that's
show up that big.
that's something I hadn't
And
considered.
it's, the ESC is the most important part to cool on the whole airplane. Having it out in the free stream doesn't break my heart at all. So
Yeah, yeah. That I hadn't considered that. I was just looking at having a real clean,
yeah.
surface there type thing.
Yeah, certainly you can put it underneath like that, and it's no issue. If you really get, I built one profile where I put the ESC inside the fuselage, and it works, but it's like, okay, now what? You know,
Yeah.
it's just kind of a pain.
I was thinking the other day there, about the safety plug, and I was thinking about trying something. I don't. I probably will try it to see if it worked really good on sailplanes. It'll probably work good on electrics because of the lack of vibration, but on ICs there was too much vibration, and this was with an RC plane, so I get intermittent because of vibration. I get intermittent contact, but I used a double throw 1.5, 2 plug, our phono plug. And I wired that so that if the plug was in, the parts were apart and there was no current. And then I put a piece of red, a strip of red cloth or yarn or whatever hanging from that. So it kind of looks like a safety strap on a full-size airplane.
Mm-hmm.
The idea was if that was there, you didn't have any power to the in the case of the RC plane to the RC goods. In the case of this, you wouldn't have any power to the electric system, and you could tell real quickly if it's safe or not. Even from the handle, you can see that thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to try that. I had trouble with IC on the RC, and that it would, like I said, be intermittent, but on sailplanes that it worked a treat, you know. So that's something I want to try. I don't know if anybody's tried that or not. Have you tried that, Dan?
Well, no, the reason I haven't tried it is that you'd use it. They use it like that, like you say, on sailplanes is a really good idea. The amount of current that you pass through drive servos and stuff like that is pretty small. The amount of current you're driving to power an electric airplane is huge by comparison. So that you better have you're going to need a really serious switch. Now, if you look at the system that Tryon uses, he actually has something like that with a screw that basically brings two big plates together, and it's very, very secure, but it's the same kind of an idea. What I really don't like about it is that I look at the arming switch as being also a disarming switch. And if something happens to the airplane, and it needs to be disarmed, I don't want somebody to be looking around saying, "Hey, where's the plug?" or "Hey, where's the screwdriver?" or something like that. And that's why I keep using those great big old Habernacle plugs and everything like that, because anybody on the field can see that and know that if they pull that plug, the system is disarmed. All right. So that's, that's the only thing I worry about with having what would you call it? An arming plug that you pull,
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me. I worry about different stuff than most people, I guess. But I think if you want to disarm the airplane, you should be able to do it without any tools, and it should be intuitively obvious to anybody out there. Hey, there's a switcher someplace. It might be this plug, it might be that plug, it might be unplug the battery, but it ought to be visible. It ought to be something that anybody can do without any tools.
Well, in case you wreck or something, crash.
Well, there's so many things that can happen, Mm-hmm.
The airplane noses over and the prop is, hung up on the ground or something like that. You can get into a situation where that would burn up the system.
Okay.
Yeah. Airplane crashes and certain things it might start smoking and everything like that. It might actually quickly get to the point where nobody wants to get anywhere near it. But if anything happen, if the airplane tips a prop and it chips off half of one blade or something like that, and there's airplanes sitting there vibrating away on the ground, like be able to have the pit man be able to kill the motor, quickly.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Yep, I think that's a great point. Yeah, mine, I have an arming plug, and when it's not armed, it's just hanging by a little bit of hemp rope. I have attached to the landing gear, so I never have to look for my arming plug. I just reach up and grab it, and I energize the plane. And then when it's done, when it lands, everyone knows to pull that arming plug out. And then you don't need to worry about it because it's hanging by a little piece of rope.
Yeah. I actually put a little string on the plug so it stays with the airplane. It'll just sit, hang there dangling if between flights and stuff like that.
Yeah, mine's hanging dangling right underneath the landing gear.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm wondering where I think I'm gonna have to order some Kevlar cord like Len bought a couple years ago. He used it for his lead outs and all that stuff. And the nice thing about that is it ain't gonna wear out. It's gonna, it's not gonna be easy to break.
Right.
200 or 300 pound test. So
Yeah. Anyways, let me go to Gary Sinclair. I think he was next. Hey, Gary, thanks so much for coming in. How you doing?
Good.
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 Fantastic. And let me get to Stephen Smith, the original Steve Smith from St. Louis. What's happening with you?
Doing a little flying.
All right.
Yeah, we had nice weather Thursday, so yeah, it was. We had been out to Booter Park and got several flights in. It was a good day.
Very good. How many people were there?
Let's see. Sparky was there. Mark Hughes was there. Dan McEntee was there, and I was there.
Well, very good. That's a good
Yeah.
rotation because the rotation is a nice, easy pace. Everybody can keep up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's great. Yeah, I like at least 3 people because if it's just 2, you can easily get into a cadence where it's like you're just so busy, just
Yeah.
coming up, you know. But 3 or 4, then you have a chance to relax and still take care and clean your plane, get set up for the next flight or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I don't have to clean my plane though.
They do get dusty though.
I gotta wipe the bugs off.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those unwanted passengers. But
That's right. That's right.
and
No. They're not bugs. They're vortex generators.
yeah, yeah.
I like that. I like that. Looks like
Huh?
Howard Rush must be flying, but he's muted. So I get back to Howard Rush. Was you done now, Stephen?
Oh, I was just going to mention that and let Denny know. There's a couple of guys that were at your contest that want to go through the judges training, and we're trying to set that up for next Tuesday during the day. We'll see how it goes.
That's terrific. These were people who were at Brodak, you mean, or
No, it's your contest.
really? Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
so that would be
Dave
Larry.
Heintzman
Oh, Dave. Yeah, I forgot about Dave. Okay.
and Matt Brown
Oh,
and a friend of Matt's. Shoot, drawing a blank on his name.
yeah. Burr.
Burr, that's it.
What's
Durr
his first
with
name?
Durr with a D.
Bill Durr.
Bill Durr. Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah, I
name.
wanted to call him. I
Yeah, I
wanted
like
to call him Bill Burr, but that's the comedian.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe for his airplane, he can get his AMA number changed to Bill Durr and have his.
Yeah, Builder. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Bill
Yeah.
Durr of the model. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then I got a couple other guys, including Larry,
Mhm.
who are vacationing or out of town or whatever for the next couple of weeks. So maybe I'll catch up with them before the Nats.
Very cool. Well, I have in the chat box Dennis Adamison. He's another member of our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support, Dennis. I really appreciate that. He said life delivered. Then we have Roy Lane, who's also a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Roy, for your support. And he says, good evening, like provided. And then Philip Bailey is in the house, and he's also in the chat box. He said, like delivered. Thank you very much, Philip. So let me see here. Going next to Mark Gerber. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Good, Charles. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. What you been up to? You know what I've been up to. I'll share later on what I've been up to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're a powerful new fuel tank builder now, so
Uh-huh.
you're dangerous.
Yeah, well, you know, you and Keith Trosser have really inspired me. I'm serious about that. Just love your guys' work, and you just kind of inspired me to take it to at least to your level. I'm trying to get on par with you and Keith.
Yeah.
It just opens up a whole lot of possibilities on the front end design of a plane,
It sure does.
as long as it's not electric.
Yeah.
Well, he builds his electric fuel tanks too.
He
So
does, huh?
he does. He does.
Yeah, I hope to put together some batteries in the future. I bought the lithium ion batteries almost a year ago. I think I have about 25 of them, and they're the 21700 ones, the really nice big ones, the ones that are rated for I think 45 amps. I just need to assemble these battery packs, and I just haven't gotten around to. So I will be building my fuel tanks for electric as well. You have anything to share with us, Mark?
Yeah, I've been pretty busy this week.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Everything. This is what happened at Brodax. I
Hmm.
showed this
Yeah.
last meeting
Mhm.
and I cut it out and recovered it. So I spent this week adding more coats of clear on that. And then here's what it looked like this afternoon. I put a couple of coats of filler on there.
All right. Very good.
And I sanded it down once, and this is the second coat now. And I like to put a little black dope into the filler so you can see how much you sanded off.
Oh, that's a good
Hmm.
idea.
And then I'll spray it with silver, and then I'll see all the boo-boos that I made, and then I can go at it with putty and primer and get it nice and smooth. Then I'll put a coat of white over it. I learned the hard way. If you're going to paint yellow, don't paint it over silver.
Hmm.
And it had an ugly green cast to it. I had to strip all the paint off of this airplane.
Mm.
When I first built it, I had this ugly greenish yellow outcome.
Oh no.
So anyway, I'll spray this white, coat it in, and I'll have to spray the yellow and then redo the insignia, and then I'll be back in business. So that's one thing I was doing. And then the president of our club, with Keith and me and Jerry Higgins and Chris Brainerd and a bunch of us other control line flyers are part of. It's a radio control club in Arvada. They have about 280 members. So the president suggested if I was going to go to Brodex, I could write an article about it, put in the newsletter. So I did, and they put it in the newsletter. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's about probably, I don't know, 8 or so of us active control line guys in this whole club of 280 people. So I like to get a plug in for control line every once in a while when I can. So, and I showed him the tracing program that Andre was using. I think
Oh,
I
very
showed that
cool.
on here, but I put that in the article. Thought that was one of the big highlights of the whole week for me.
Huh.
And then I have been looking for several years for a little TomTom. I had built one of these when I was in high school and had a lot of fun with it. It flew pretty well. And I still have the Golden Bee engine that I used on it.
Uh-huh.
And I finally got a hold of a kit.
Oh.
So here are the instructions, and they were first thing I did, I got them scanned at FedEx. And then I cleaned them up in Photoshop and got rid of all the blotches and the creases.
Mhm.
Here's the cleaned up version.
That looks nice.
And I took all the kit parts and I drew a plan. So I've been doing like John all week.
Look at that.
Here's a resulting plan. So I intend to go ahead and build one of these sometime. And I sent this on to AutoZone, so it should be showing up on AutoZone here soon.
Oh, very nice.
If anybody else wants to build one. And I did some coloring. You can take the CAD plan and you can save it as a PDF, and then you can use Photoshop on it to do the artwork, and you can play with color schemes. So this is my interpretation of what this color scheme would look like.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what colors they really are, but red and blue are always popular.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a top view of it. Looks
Nice.
a little better than the side view.
Nice.
And then I picked up a couple of Golden Bee engines from Joe Gilbert. Had all of, not all of, but he had some of D. Hill's stuff that he's trying to get handed out for people to use. And so I got a couple of Golden Bees that were in kind of tough shape. And I brought them home and crack potted both of them. I took the best parts out of both of them and made one.
Mhm.
So this is the resultant Golden Bee. And I should probably be able to use on that little TomTom. And then big thing coming up a week from Saturday, Lynn Boss is going to have a fun fly down his concrete circle
Oh, wow.
in Watkins. So hope the weather will be good and we can go down to that again.
That
Should be,
Keith Russell there flying his Chrysler or
yep, they're one and only.
all right, Keith
This was last Labor Day. So Lynn said he was gonna do more fun flies, and so he's got one coming up here 4th of July weekend. So like I said, I hope the weather's good and get down there. Should be a fun day. So that's what I've been up to. I hope to get back to the Bearcat here shortly.
Very nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Hey Howard, you want to mute your mic? You can let us know what's going on and what's happening with you.
Well, we had a contest last weekend.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And gave out cool prizes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Edge-lit, multicolor acrylic trophies.
All right.
And folks had a good time. Not too good a turnout. We had 8 in Classic, but the others, not too many. It was crummy weather on Sunday. So Chris Cox won.
All right.
He's down at Napa now, training with David Fitzgerald.
Well, Chris Cox, I always tell him, man, thanks for representing us short guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. We kept him short. I'm on circle 1 right now. I'm fixing to fly a little stunt.
All right. We'll go ahead and buzz the circle, man. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, man.
Going to be.
I'm going.
Hey, Keith's in.
He's Keith, yeah.
I'm going to mute him. So let me see, Denny, Adamison. Do you have anything else you want to add, Denny? I'm going to get back in the lineup here. I know you was invited in by John Miller, but what's happening with you?
Oh, just messing around. I showed that airplane I was messing around with last Monday. I got a little bit more done on it. Not that you can really see anything, but
big here.
Let's see.
There we go. All right.
So done a bunch of detailing things on it. That why is that glaring like that?
Well, I remember that fuselage at VSC.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, it looks nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really slim and sleek and everything like that. It's actually about almost 3 inches wide, but with all the curvature on it, the whole thing is ovals and everything like that. So it actually looks really slim. Got the belly pan fitted and the attachments on it now. Landing gears installed. Had to install battery trays and a battery door. And and I today, just before the show, I made the flaps for the wing. So ended up, I was going to make them. I decided the ones I was going to make just seemed to be too big. It is kind of a narrow chord wing. So made them a little smaller. It cost myself some square inches in the process, but I'll survive. And I got to make the fixed end.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, next big step, I'm going to start working on the tail.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
That's not a balsa fuselage. So how did you cut for the battery compartment? What tool did you use? Zona saw or Dremel? How did you cut that out?
For the battery door, I used a Dremel tool with a small carbide cutter, 1/16 inch carbide cutter, and drew an outline on what I wanted, and just cut it out. Probably the best way to cut fiberglass is with a Dremel tool, and I had a little guide for straight lines, and I freehanded the curved parts, and I expected to throw away, the cutout piece and replace it.
Right.
But it actually turned out pretty good. I think I am going to still have to dress the edges of the door a little bit because it's about a 16th inch gap all the way around. So I'm going to see if I can tighten that up a little. And, but yeah, that's it.
Very cool, man. Very, very cool.
But you know what I mean? The carbide tool is that the little burr. I got a set of them, down to like a 1/16 of an inch diameter. And it was amazing how well it worked. You just get into, take 3 deep breaths, right? Take your time, go around it, and it seems to work all right. So
very cool. Well, thank you very much. If you get a chance, maybe you can show us that bit just so that our audience can really see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping Tryon would be here. I thought he might I thought he might be proud of me for using a fiberglass fuselage, but
yeah,
maybe bring a tear, a tear to his eye or something like that. But
maybe Jose Modesto would be impressed.
mm-hmm.
I remember
it's getting deep, guys. It's getting deep.
Come on, Phil.
Remember Jose Modesto had a fiberglass or some sort of composite in one of the old Wendy Yanowski videos. I remember seeing him pulling it out. First time I ever seen a composite fuselage was when Jose
I've seen a lot of the guys who are messing around with the composite fuselages. They're taking their wood fuselages and making them in fiberglass, but that means that they're slab sided, half round top and bottom and stuff like that. And that's not a real efficient shape for fiberglass. It tends to, pucker up an oil can and stuff like that. So one of the things I was really happy with this, my brother and nephew were making RC pylon racers forever, and used to do all their own fuselages, and they quickly learned that the scale fuselage on a Formula One pylon racer with all that curvature really worked good. In fact, they made one, my favorite of all time that they made is the full size. Well, it was a quarter midget, Formula One race, or Goodyear racer if you want. And the original had some fabric covering on it in the turtleneck area and stuff like that. Well, in their fiberglass mold, they actually put stringers in it with a little dip between the stringers and stuff like that. And those between, the stringer feature and the little, the curvature, that fuselage, I mean, you could use that for batting practice. I mean, it was so strong.
Wow.
It had a lot going on with it. It was, and of course it looked cool as heck too, because, because it did have more character to it. But anyhow.
Very cool. Hey, thanks so much, Denny. And Philip Bailey, what you been up to, Philip? And welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Working in the shop, trying to get a few things done. And Marcel Legrand sent me some pictures, and I sent them. He wanted me to send them to you, so I did. But take a look, see if you find them on your phone.
All right.
But I've just been working, getting some stuff cleaned up and trying to get some stuff built. Trying to do some painting, but it gets hot so darn early that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it does. It's been getting hot out here also.
Oh, come on. To y'all, hot 75 degrees.
See here. So we got Keith Trossel. Hey, Keith, thanks so much for coming in. How you doing?
Oh, getting by, not getting much accomplished.
We're gonna pull ladies
Right.
in here.
Got into a rut here, and I got to get active doing something, I guess. But I got a whole bunch of things on my desk that need to be cleaned off, and a bunch of stuff on my bench. I got 2 benches with 4 projects on it, and can't get anything done.
Been there.
Been there, done that.
Still there.
Yeah, I live there.
Oh, hey, I was going to ask, John Miller, were you the one asking for Super Tiger 60s?
Yeah, I was trying to find some for Marcel Legrand.
I'll write to you.
Okay, you got my address?
Well, I'm not sure. Probably not.
I'll give it to you right now. I'll get a pencil.
Okay.
It's 187
Okay.
North Center Street.
Center?
Yeah. Delta, like the Delta Dart. Delta, Utah.
Okay.
84624.
I'm sorry, say again.
84624.
624. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know if I have your email or not. Let me check.
I know
Joe
that one by
Crank.
heart. Go ahead.
Well,
And Stuart Morris should be up next. And then I have Lynn Burrell and then Sparky.
That's Pampa President-elect Stewart, right?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Quick question, John. Are you about ready to send that plan? It looked pretty good.
The electric,
Yes, sir.
it'll be a little while yet. I've got a little more to do to finish it. And then I've got any changes made, I've got to reflect that in the text that's on the drawing. So
So do you have the email, Keith? You have
no, I don't, John.
okay, well, got paper out again.
Yeah,
Okay, it's small letters.
Yeah.
Jobel, Jobel, CRANK,
Jobel,
CRANK.
CR.
It's Joe Bellcrank.
Oh,
The number 2 at gmail.com.
okay.
Yeah, I'd be happy to hear from you because Marcel, they have a dearth of decent stunt engines in New Zealand right now. He can't seem to find, so he went all the way to a big swap meet, figuring they had some, I think a Sato 56 and then the next bigger size. And they went for so much money, he couldn't even afford to look at them. So he needs it for his Trailblazer that he's building or going to be building. So
Okay.
sharing a little bit of Keith Howard Rush's flight there.
Yeah. Okay, John. Well, I've got a couple. I'll look at them, see if I want to get rid of them or not.
all right,
We'll see.
let me know what you want for him and
Okay.
we'll
Yeah.
work it out.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
So in the chat box, I have McBride 001. That's Ruben McBride. Thank you so much, Ruben, for your support and friendship. I appreciate it. And he gave us a like. And Marcel Legrand says, that plane looks very nice, Denny. You build a beautiful model.
Let's just say it's helped by the wonders of a video and not seeing it in real life. It is so far the fuselage is and the flaps are the only new parts. That's the wing that I salvaged from my crash earlier this year. So that standpoint, I guess it's working out all right. But I'm still just mad at myself for breaking that airplane in the first place.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Yeah, well, I quite literally have never destroyed a stunt plane before. I've been flying for 50 years. I've never destroyed a stunt plane.
Really?
Right, so I am pissed off. Yes.
Oh man. Yeah, that broke a long string.
Let me get to Stuart Morrison. Hey, Stuart, what you been up to?
Sleeping.
Again?
I said sleeping.
Sleeping? Okay.
I haven't done much of anything. So
that's okay. You're still welcome. Everybody's welcome. Even if you don't do anything, it's okay.
We're gonna go out Monday, go flying, and Brad's having a barbecue. So that sounds good. It's supposed to be a nice day. So.
You have a barbecue too and fly?
Yeah, he's gonna have a barbecue after.
Who is this again? What's the address?
The bean field.
It's in the bean field.
It's supposed to snow the day before, though.
Okay, that'll slow me down a little bit. I don't have any snow clothes.
Yeah.
Hey Vic, you reckon if we left now, we could be to the bean field by Monday?
Yeah.
It's in
right.
Canada.
That's right. And then I have Lynn Burrell. Hey Lynn, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good to see you.
I want to
Lynn.
thank you guys all for the nice comments about my airplane on Stunthangar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It looks terrific, Len. You had a chance to try it yet?
That's true.
Monday's the day.
All right.
All right.
Monday will be the day. At the bean field. Trying to be there before all the other people get there, so I'll have some peace and quiet to do it. See, now I've got them all coming out earlier. you
Yeah,
see?
right.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I got Lynn. So you've been just been biting at the bit, I imagine, to get ready to fly this plane Monday. And
I did all the final finishing touches today, photos, the whole bit. Bench trimmed it, got all the, hopefully most of the bugs worked out of it ahead of time, but there'll always be some issues. It'll need some trim changes, but
right,
everything seems pretty good. I had it hanging in every direction imaginable in the shop today, on the lead outs, off the lead outs, checking the rollout, checking this, checking that, tightened every screw in the airplane, made sure everything's really, truly ready to go. So
That's
hopefully
great.
it should be.
very, very good.
Did
We
you
have
save?
do
Did
have
you
a lot of
save
people.
pictures?
You said pictures.
Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you save
there's
them on your
pictures.
computer? Can you show them?
Oh yeah, they're all on the computer for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Can you share them now, Lynn, or just
I don't know how to do that.
Well, go get Naomi.
Sorry, honest, she's
Oh, wait a
sleeping.
minute. How about I'll call up the Stunthangar page. Stand by.
All right, thank you, Danny. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Dennis.
Mhm.
So while you're doing that, Danny, Lynn, if you just elaborate on pre-trim, pre-trim type of.
Well, what I did is, because basically it's a cardinal. The layout is the same as my big cardinal, which flies really well. What I did is I brought my big cardinal up on the table, and I checked all the moments and the balance points on that. And believe it or not, this airplane was within a 16th of an inch of balancing in the same location.
Wow, great.
So
Great.
I didn't change anything. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna fly it. It seems really, really close. So yeah, like I was shocked. Like I thought it would be either nose heavy or tail heavy. I wasn't sure. I thought it was going to be a little bit nose heavy, but it's not. The Cardinal seems to balance 3 5/16 from the leading edge, and
Very nice.
and the new one balances within a 16th of an inch of that. So I thought, you know what, I'm not going to change anything till I fly it.
So you put the lead outs the same place where your
Yeah,
other plane is
everything's
at?
identical. Everything's
Fantastic.
well, actually, I didn't do that. The lead outs, what I did with the lead outs is I hung the airplane by the lead outs. And then what I did is I checked the CG that way, like hung a plumb bob next to the airplane and then sighted it down the leading edge. And that leading edge was perfectly straight down to the floor, like right
Excellent.
exactly in line with the plumb bob. And then what I did is I checked the tilt of the nose, and the nose was just slightly tilted out. So I think it's going to be pretty darn good. It should be pretty close right there.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
The only thing that surprises me about that airplane, I don't see a maple leaf.
No, I don't want to put any maple leafs on it. I can tell you why too.
I know. I think I know why.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it at that. No maple leaves.
All right.
It's not the one-eyed, one-horned flying purple people eater on the tail. That's just as good.
Yeah. There you go.
Good looking plane.
It is a good looking plane. You did well.
Thank you. Well, it's got your old motor in it, Phil, or your new motor in it, so it should be good. All broken in, ready to roll.
I just hope it works. I just hope it works for you, Lynn.
Thank you very
I know I can't fly anything that big anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a treat to build. I enjoyed building this one. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then we have Sparky. Hey, Sparky, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Went out flying the other day.
All right.
I'm getting closer to trim. Working on propellers now. I got had a Bob McDonald prop on it. I talked to Randy. This has got too much under camber. We're loading the motor too much, so I went back to flatbacks. I pitched up 3 of them for the next time out. I also took out the clunk tank, and I went back to the carbon tank, get some weight off the nose. And of course today I showed how to airbrush a graphic on an airplane. This took about 15 minutes to
wow,
to airbrush on there.
That looks really menacing.
Awesome.
I like how you did the eye socket.
I noticed the teeth. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, that's true. That's good. Look, that looks good too. The nose looks good too. Even though most skeletons the noses look pretty disgusting, but that doesn't look bad.
It kind of reminds me if he had flames coming back, like an old decal we used to be able to buy at the hobby shop.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but the problem is the direction of the flames goes from the leading to the trailing edge because of the wind.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't look very good. Or it would go from nose to, to the center of the fuselage. I don't know. I might do something, but
it just reminded me that I don't think you need to do that. It just, but that would be perfect for that if you ever decided to do that. Just turn it so it's lined up with the wind. That's all.
yeah, well, then the fuselage would be looking, or the skull would be looking forward.
Yeah. Well, you don't want them looking at you.
He's looking outside at the wingtip.
Yeah. But you're on the end of those lines. See?
Let's put it this way: if he can see the skull looking at him, he's probably got some trouble. All right.
Yeah, he's got bigger problems.
That's it. That's it.
That was the video of the day today. I did it. I spent an hour, and that skull took anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to put on there, and I put the lettering on it. That's
wow.
about all I did.
You did that in 20 minutes?
You're talented, I tell you.
Well, it's not that hard once you know the secret.
That's right. But that's the talent.
Now I'll have to go back tomorrow and watch the video.
It's really simple. The hard part is drawing the stencil. Let me show you what it looks like here somewhere. I got all these briskets that I've cut on the other side. Maybe. Oh, they're just made out of where the hell did I put it? Anyway, crap. I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, you just cut out a brisket and spray the black on the outline, and then come back with a white, spray the white, and then come back with a black and do the detailing. I gotta find that. Huh.
Check the trash can.
Huh?
Check the trash can.
Nah, I didn't throw it out. It's
Okay.
on the bench somewhere. The place is such a mess. But yeah, if you watch the video, I would say that it took 15 minutes to do. It's just like painting t-shirts,
Yeah.
Well, that I know how to do.
I haven't done that either. So
Yeah, it's like I say, it's pretty simple, but drawing the skeleton is the hard part. To get the shapes right, and then cut it out of cardboard, lay it down, spray around the outside, then the eye holes and the highlights. These cracks were put in freehand afterwards, the top of the skull, the back, and the bottom, and the teeth and all that was freehand, but 15 minutes.
Amazing. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, Sparky.
Really looks good.
Go back and look at it. I mean, I would never do that on a PA airplane, but this is a fun airplane, so
yeah,
I just did it.
Wow. Fantastic. So we're all caught up. I got Jack Snavely. I haven't seen you in a long time. He says, "Like in." Thank you. And says, "Hello, all." Well, I want to share. Let me see. I got screen share. Let me share this with you. So where's my cursor? Here we go. Done. Okay. They updated my Zoom. It's a little bit different than what I'm accustomed to. So here we go. Let me pick this. All right. So anyways, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's Greg Hill. Now we have a get together Friday. There's a friend of ours, mutual friend, Roger. He's actually leaving California and moving to Pennsylvania. So he's going to be like an hour or so away from Brodax. And so we had to get together. We went flying. I didn't go flying. I just I went there, and then later on, matter of fact, let me show you another picture if I can pull it up. Let's see here. Okay, so wait, hang on. It's no particular order, but now here's another picture. You can kind of see the background. That's Mission Bay. Sparky, you probably might remember Mission Bay, right?
I recognize this.
Yeah, so that's over there by the ski ramps for water skiing and the boat ramps.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we just fly exclusively. I mean, I can fly my control line stunt planes, but these guys fly a couple times a week there at Mission Bay. And so, the first person you see is Greg Hill again, and behind him is Sean Day, and that's Roger, and another friend of mine, Stuart, kind of near the trees, and it's Carl. You might not be able to make out Carl, and Dave and Rich. Anyway, so we was out there flying and having a good old time to celebrate, to commemorate our buddy leaving. And we have another picture here. Let's see.
Let me get this straight. He's leaving California for Pennsylvania on purpose.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
He must have lost his mind.
I mean, and it's so beautiful. I got some other beautiful pictures too. I mean,
Mission Bay
I
is
really enjoy living in California. So I just don't understand some of the people that don't live here talk about California. But
I was born there. I know better.
yeah, well, I mean,
The
I still love living here in California, and I take pride in where I live too. So
that flying site on the water, that has to be the most beautiful flying site I've ever seen.
exactly.
The setting.
I would never leave Mission Bay. I'd find a house there and never leave Mission Bay. I could fish, I could fly.
Something. Yeah.
It's everything I like to do.
By the way, Charles, I got your shirt for you. I'll see if I can get it to you. When are you going to be at the Worlds?
I think on the 15th for sure. 14th is going to be kind of a wasted day just traveling.
I might give it to Steve to give to you because he'll be there for the Worlds. I won't.
Okay, that's I'm not in a big hurry for it. So let me see. Let me bring up this other picture if I can. Let me see. Get back to Zoom and then share.
You're going to the Nats, aren't you, Sparky?
And
yeah.
So here's us. We're at another friend's house, Scott, who's obviously taking the picture. So to the person to the left, that's David, then Stuart Mossman and Sean Day, and the guy with the maroon, that's Roger, the guy that's leaving California, going to Pennsylvania, and then Rich, then Carl, and then Steve Manchella. He's been in the show several times. So we had some smoked yellowfin. We had some brats, some beers. We had such a great time. And man, we have some great guys in San Diego. This is just part of it. We have another part. This is our predominantly combat. And then I fly in Escondido with my gang, which we predominantly fly stunt. And Carl joins us too, and Stuart joins us too once in a while. Sean Day and Greg Hill. But we have such a great time. I mean, if anybody's ever has a chance, you're listening, Tim Just, if you ever find yourself in San Diego, give me a call and hook up, and you will have a great time. And I know Dennis Adamiston's been out here briefly, and so has Philip Bailey. And I promise, great time.
You didn't take me to that flying site, so.
True. Didn't take you that way. So anyways, we have
you had a nice flying site, but it wasn't that flying site. So
this is the guy's backyard, Scott Harris's backyard, and a nice view, Mission Bay there in the distance. And there's for those of you who I'm trying to advance this thing here. It gives me one advance. Let me go back here. Hang on.
How close to Carlsbad is that?
Carlsbad is from where Scott's house is. It must be about I don't know, 25 minutes heading north on Highway 5. All depends on the traffic too. That might be ideal, 25 minutes. So we got some new combat planes, not myself, but Carl and Stuart and Greg Hill and Scott. These are the new combat planes from Ukraine. They ordered them last November 2023. So anybody in our audience who's placed an order from Ukraine to get some combat planes, if you're very frustrated, you know what? They will deliver. But like I said, Greg and Stuart placed the order. I think it was about, I'm not sure, $5 a plane, 20 plane math, and they waited since November. So, anyways, they're really cool. They made some improvements. I have another picture of the. It's another kind of closer up, and then here's one. You can see they've changed the model a little bit. Uh, these planes, they make improvements all the time. Pretty darn cool. Anyways, that's the share I'm going to do at this point. But we had some really. That's why I encourage you, if you ever have a buddy leaving town or leaving your area, you know, have some farewell or something. That was so neat. I swear. I believe. Oh, thank you, Denny. I believe that our hobby probably does have some jerks and some assholes, but that is the exception, not the rule. You see that those.
Okay, first off, the Dremel tool, you can buy the regular Dremel part number. So they have a couple of different styles.
Okay.
But the carbide cutter with the teeth on it is extremely. You can cut everything with this. You get it spinning up. It's great for cutting plywood and everything like that. You can, and my case, I used it for cutting out the wing opening. I used a large one to cut the wing opening on a glass fuselage. Then I got these on eBay, and they weren't terribly expensive. I don't remember what they were. It's just a whole bunch of different shapes. And these are carbide bits, where the carbide is just basically, they look like sandpaper, if you can imagine that, the little bits of carbide. Now, let me show. That's the one I used. Let's see, here's one that's maybe a little bigger. And it's like little bits that are like welded on, flash.
I think I had that same assortment. I was just curious which one you had, but I had that same assortment of bits.
Okay. Yeah, but that worked spectacularly well for what I needed. And of course, it's so small and everything like that. The biggest thing you got to do is just don't be afraid. Just, crank the speed right on up and use it. It's not very big, so the surface speed isn't very fast unless you're going really, really, really winding up. But it worked very well for cutting the fiberglass.
Do you think you got those at Harbor Freight or was it Amazon? Do you remember where you got those?
This here, I just got these off eBay.
Okay.
There was a couple of different assortments there, and you could probably get them at the Harbor Freight. I don't know, they got a lot of different things. But Dremel has tools like that. But a friend of mine who's into RC cars put me onto those in the first place. That's what they use for cutting cars. That he was racing were basically flat pan racers. The chassis pan was a piece of G10, phenolic board, like circuit board material, and this stuff, just eats that stuff for lunch. So those cutters will go right through it. So
very good. But thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. I'm not sure who came in next, but between Bob Hunt and Gordy. But since Gordy has the eye patch, I'm going to go with Gordy. Hey, Gordy.
That's kind of mean with that.
I've been here sooner, but we've been celebrating my daughter's 50th birthday.
All right. Which one? Who's this, Kimberly or someone else?
Oh, no. Kimberly's in her, 65?
Is she that old now?
Chris has just turned 50. She's my baby.
All right. Well, fantastic, man. I hope you guys had a great time.
Yeah. There's just Sandy and I and Chris. So Anyway, what you got me on here, I'd like to ask Sparky a question if he's still on there.
He's here.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Hey, Sparky, when you put the tissue on, is that Jap tissue or wrapping tissue?
It was just silk span.
Oh, you put silk span over the poly span.
Yeah. I wet it down real good with, first I had 3 coats of thin dope on the poly span, and I laid the tissue over the top of that with 60-40 or maybe 70-30 dope thinner, so it bonded to the, the poly span. Worked out real good. I mean, real nice.
Yeah, I missed you where you was covering that. You said tissue, so I wasn't thinking silk span.
Yeah. Just I had some square pieces that were really oddball size, 2 foot by 2 foot. So not big enough to do a wing. So I had to splice it at the wingtip. Yeah. Everybody's asking me, why did I do it? Well, I didn't want the fuzzies. I didn't want to hassle with the fuzzies. And it took 3 coats of dope and it was filled.
Yeah, I usually, on the poly span, I put 5 coats on before I sand.
Yeah. So this has a total of six coats on it, but it's got tissue on top of it, so there's no fuzzies.
Right. Roger Kramer does that, except he covers it with polyspan, then covers with Jap tissue.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste my good Jap tissue on.
Where the heck do you get good Jap tissue anymore?
I got it from Iski's Models.
Estes? Good gracious.
It's Iski, but he's not selling it no more. It's $15 a sheet. Let me show you what it is.
Gracious. I picked up some light tissue at Brodak, 3 or 4 packs of that, but they were proud of that.
Yeah, real proud. This here comes from Iski's Models. This is Japanese tissue, and it is this long. It's 30 inches long. So you can, or is it 30 or 28? I think I have to get a ruler, but it's super long.
Yeah.
Usually Japanese tissue comes in 2 foot squares.
Right.
It's handmade. And it was $15 a sheet. I ordered 10 sheets from England, and they don't offer it no more. I got 1, 2, 3. I got a few sheets left. But I'm going to use it. I was, shoot, now I can't remember. I can't remember the guy's name. He passed away. He was going to teach me how to do it.
Is it Phelps?
Yeah, Phelps, Jerry Phelps. Was going to teach me, because all his airplanes were Japanese tissue. John and I tried to get this on a wing. So we had 4 hands, and we could not get it on there to make it look good. So I just ripped it off and put silk span on it. So I'm saving this for a project when I can figure out how to use it. I need some old free flighter to teach me how to get it on there right.
Didn't Jerry double cover his?
He might have, but all his Patriots everything was Japanese tissue. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I tried doing one lately, recently.
I don't know why you have to do that, because 90% of the strength is not in the paper, it's in the dope. The dope is a plastic, so the paper is just the carrier. So, none of this. I mean, this might be a little more stout, with polyspan and silk span over it, but I don't think it's necessary to double cover it with Japanese tissue. Just paint it good and don't poke it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Let me get to Bob Hunt. Hey, Bob Hunt, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Okay. I just came on to talk to Gary Sinclair. Like, he's real interesting tonight. So
You woke him up.
sorry, Gary.
That's all right.
It's part of the being in the gallery, Gary. You know,
Yeah.
when I was in the gallery, there's a guy named Daryl up in Canada, and he used to just crack jokes at me yawning all the time. I used to yawn all the time, and he always would go, "Charles, come on." Now, do you remember that, Lynn? Do you remember Daryl doing that? Yeah. Yeah, you know, Hogs and Plains guy. Is his name Daryl?
Haven't seen him in a while.
Remember that. Don't remember him.
Yeah, he used to razz me all the time about yawning.
Yeah.
So no big deal. Let me get to Al Fierro. Hey, Al, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Body's recovered from exercise camp 2 weeks ago.
Exercise camp?
Yeah, the Rodak.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's you know, you're running here, running the, you know, racing, combat, stunt, turkey, helping everybody.
I don't want to say Al was moving, but he didn't have time to fly his own events for helping everybody else. Now, that's a dedicated individual.
Yeah, running from combat to ringmaster, and you know, it was just too much to do half A. So it was, you know.
And he had the cutest half A on the field.
Yeah, so. But anyway, I picked up some of this stuff from Joe Gilbert's recommendation.
Make it big here. Thanks. See what you're showing. Oh, okay. That's the got a little glare there.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. So what is that we're looking at?
It's KL198. It's synthetic lube for you know, the engines. Joe says use this with 20% nitro, and you know, 18% this and 20% nitro, the rest alcohol, and that's what he runs in his motor. So I'm going to try his, you know, system out.
This is Joe Gilbert or Joe?
Yeah, Joe Gilbert. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
And the quart's $40.
Wow. Wow. Quart.
Yeah.
So that's just like a racing synthetic lube for
yeah. It's light technoplate KL198.
Oh well, thanks for letting us know about that. Now, does Randy Smith, did he recommend another one on different racing lube?
I know there was the Yukon stuff that's what I have some of that. That's what Henry Nelson recommends. But Joe's engine sound, when I heard his LA46, I was, you know, we're sitting there. I said, boy, that's some kind of 60. What is, you know, we're all, you know, wondering what kind of 60 he was running in that, the yellow plane, his classic plane. He had the
Venus.
The Venus. Yeah. And when he came by, he said, that's an LA46. I said, what? I couldn't believe it. And, you know, so I got to see if I can duplicate that, you know, that run.
I can't believe the paint looked that good using that much nitro.
Yeah.
The only time I ever tried to run 20% in a stunner, the front of the plane turned white.
Yeah. And he's running a tongue muffler, so it's definitely getting on the wing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me know when you try
Pouring
it
it on.
out. I'm really intrigued. I would love to have my LA46 sound like a 60. So let me know.
You know, we were all, you know, baffled. We couldn't believe it, you know, and his engine, you know, ran super steady. You know, it barely went into a two-stroke.
Yeah, the thing, we've been for years going from 10% to 7.5 to 5. And now several of us, 2 or 3 of us, are flying 0 nitro a lot of the time.
Right.
And then we go to a contest and Joe's flying 20%.
Right.
Gracious.
Joe Gilbert's in the house right here.
I'm in the house.
I'll tell you what, he was on the field and he was killing us.
When I came home from Rodak, it was waiting for me.
Fantastic.
Did you order that? Did you get it then?
I got it from Amazon.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I ordered it. You know, right after we were done talking. You know, I just So then when
You'll
I got,
like it, Al.
what's that?
You'll like it.
Yeah. So
it'll work.
Wow. Hey, Sparky, you was going to say something. What was you going to say, Sparky?
I found that skull that I drew. This.
Oh my goodness.
Make it big here. Hang on.
What is that? Oh.
I drew the skull out and cut it out of poster board, and that's what I use as a template. Joe, your video now has 30,025 views.
I hope you made $4.95.
Let me see. I'll tell you exactly what I made. $3.55.
Oh my gosh, you're getting rich now, boy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Fantastic, Joe. See?
I don't know.
You're a star, Joe.
Nobody, yeah. I don't even know 30,000 people, Phil. I don't even know 30,000.
I would imagine that's going to hit 100,000 people by the end of the year.
Oh my gosh.
So people are going to walk up to you in the Denny's or whatever and say, "Hey, aren't you the guy on the video starting the airplane?"
It didn't start the first flip either.
No.
But
that took a second.
But that fedora hat on you, Joe, looks pretty sweet, man.
Okay, I appreciate that.
That's fedora hat. I mean, that is, when I first met you, you were sporting a fedora hat, and I was like, that is one of the coolest guys out there.
The only thing that looked better would be a Panama hat.
Panama hat. They're all right too.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. There we go, Phil.
There you go.
Bring Phil up here. Phil, keep it on, Phil. I'll make it big for a second. Keep it on, Phil.
Hey, Charles.
Yeah.
I want to make a correction.
There you go.
It was $26 a quart.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, 26.
Thank you, Al, and thank you, Phil. Yeah, you look good, man. You look good.
Oh, man.
I need one of those.
Would you buy a boatload of bananas from that guy?
Yes. 2 boatloads.
Oh.
Let me hear you say, "Dale."
Yeah.
Oh. Vicky got me that to wear when I fly the Humbler. Everybody calls it a shark, but it's Humbler. But anyway.
Right. So, Gordy, Marcel Legrand asks, how's your eye?
About the same. About the same. They says it could take anywhere from 3 weeks to 6 months. So I'll just have to hang in there and wait and see what happens.
What'd you have done?
Nothing. I got an obsessed tooth that went up and kind of attacked the muscles, my jaw, and down into my neck. So I've been on antibiotics.
Oh.
So anyway, it's affected my eye. And I
Charles,
tell
did you get this?
Wearing a patch, it sure screws up your depth perception.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
And you better be careful around machinery.
Make you good at shooting your pistol, though.
Well, I've got pistols, but if I'm going to shoot, I can go shoot my rifles that's got scopes on them.
Philip, you had a comment or question, Philip?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you get those pictures I sent you?
Oh.
It should be on your phone.
Yeah, let me check
from Marcel Lagrange.
Let's see here. So, Joe, what you been up to, Joe?
Oh, we're in Branson with 15 of us for the family reunion. We're having a good time.
Oh, fantastic!
We flew Sunday a good bit. Haven't flown since Sunday, I guess.
Do you say you're in Branson?
We are.
Branson, Missouri?
Branson, Missouri. Yep.
All
There's
right.
15 of us. 15 of us here. We're going.
And if you were a fisherman, you'd be in heaven.
Huh?
If you were a fisherman, you'd be in heaven. That's got one of the prettiest lakes.
Tinacomo is a nice lake.
Well, it's a really wide river.
Well,
I don't know if you could really call it a lake, but they
You're
do.
probably right.
well, I tell you what, you can catch some big bass in that sucker.
Howard's flying.
Yeah, I mean, make him big while I'm been trying to get these pictures that Philip Legrand, Marcel Legrand sent. So let me see here. You
He's
know,
inverted.
yeah, he's inverted.
Tell which dog that is.
I wish
You
you'd had
think,
a camera.
do you think he knows it?
Yeah, I think so. I wish he'd put the camera on the other side of the circle so we actually can see the maneuvers.
Yeah, we really can't.
Yeah, so
I would imagine there's no reception for his phone or whatever he's using over there on the other side.
well, I mean, if he could just point it the other way, it seems like he's. I think the camera's right in front of where he does the maneuvers. You could just have the camera look down. I don't know.
I would say that from the advantage of this, his house is at your back.
Right.
So
I agree.
that the signal is not going to reach to the other side, you know. Probably just barely reaches to there.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
That's
probably right.
that I have at the Nats when I'm streaming. If I walk to one side of the circle on the pagoda side, it on the the pagoda, I guess you call it. It's fine. I got reception. If I go to the other side of circle 3, the reception drops because the cell tower doesn't reach over there.
Oh, okay. I just got a message from Denny Adamis. He said, good night, y'all. He has a road trip in the morning, so he's had to bail on us. And also, Stephen Smith is leaving. Oh, he said good night, Denny. Okay, I thought you was going to jettison too. Also, Stephen. Let me see if I can get these pictures that Marcel Legrand sent. Just bear with me just a second.
Send them to me, Charles.
Send them to you?
Yeah, I want to see them.
I was
always on the stream.
Let me see here. Just give me a second here.
Man can build, and he builds fast.
Boy, does he.
Let's see.
I actually saw the fuselage one where it's in the looks like it's in a vise or something to stand it up and hold it.
Does he build as fast as Sparky?
Faster.
I
Really?
think faster. That is a complicated fuselage, I'm telling you. And he had it built. I had my plans 2 days, and he already had that thing built.
Wow, because Sparky can accidentally build an airplane.
Yeah, I know it. Sparky can.
Yay! Somebody needs to tell Howard. Somebody needs to tell Howard he's flying his vertical H behind his head.
I don't think anybody should tell him that.
Let's see if I can share it.
Maybe we should tell him after the National.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Smart man, smart competitor, yes. Let's see here. I got the pictures here. Let me see if I can share it on let's see here. Make it bigger. There we go. And let's see if I can share this here. Okay, and share. And here we go. All right.
Not seeing it.
Here we go.
Yeah, look at there.
You showing up?
I got that picture 2 days after
That's
I got
fine.
the plans printed.
That's a profile, right?
Yeah.
That's the Pathfinder twin.
That's the Pathfinder? I thought
Pathfinder twin.
Oh, I thought that was the.
Well, it does look like a twin, John, because it's got a nose ring on it.
Yeah, where's the other motor?
Well, maybe it's a triplane.
That's the
Yeah, you're
Trailblazer,
right.
John.
It's a tri-gear.
That's the Trailblazer.
No, that rudder's wrong. The rudder's wrong and the airfoil's wrong.
It's got a motor mount in front of
That's
it
an
and a nose
IC
ring.
engine. That's an IC engine on the nose.
Right.
It
No,
looks
that's
like-
a regular Pathfinder then.
Looks like a tank there.
And I see the nacelles on the below the plane. There's 2 nacelles there.
Well, they don't go on this airplane. Unless it's a triplane.
Tri-motor.
Maybe it's a triplane.
Let me see what other pictures he has to share. Hang on a second. Let me
There's 2 or 3 more.
Huh? Just bear with me. Let me see here. Where
Howard landed in the right place.
He's got some way of hooking that up
On the string on the tail
dragging
wheel.
it back.
Here's some more pictures.
Maybe his next thing will be carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's safe now.
And then
he timed it.
Okay, and then we have another picture here.
We see you, Howard.
That's another shot of the fuselage, the front of it.
Yeah.
And let me I wish I could advance these. But
Can you zoom in on it?
Oh, let me try doing that. Let me see here.
We see you, Howard.
Hi.
Hi, Howard.
Peekaboo.
Hello.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
I had a strange experience just now. I switched spinners and got a whole lot more line tension. Now, how can that be? They're the same.
Nose weight.
Nose weight.
Nose weight.
Must be. I'll weigh them and see how much more the second one weighs. It's painted. The other one isn't.
Huh.
Could be.
It's nose weight.
Yeah.
I'll weigh them and report.
Yeah.
In fact, I can weigh them quite soon.
If you want.
And you get the line tension up above as well, Howard?
I'm sorry, what?
The line tension is even better up above your head?
I didn't notice. I was trying to. We got little spotty clouds tonight, so I got targets for the overhead 8. It's cool.
Oh.
So I was concentrating on that.
All right, Bob. You hear that, Bob Hunt? He's concentrating on the vertical 8s. Overhead 8, excuse me. Were those the ones that were behind him or ahead of him, you said, right? Right, Bob?
Behind him.
See that? Somebody else did.
That was a verticals. The verticals are behind him, an hourglass behind him. That's because it's nose weight. It won't turn.
I just suggested.
Yeah, he was behind. He was behind his head on the vertical 8s.
And the hourglass.
I just suggested.
Not as bad. Not as bad on the hourglass, but yes. Only because he's shooting it from the side, so it was easier to see.
I better hide the camera. We got an official judge there. But behind my head on the vertical 8, huh?
Now you know he's going to be looking at.
Always, I'm
hourglass. See if
I tried to get him to not tell you.
I'm always watching.
Yeah. See if I fly like you know who. Hourglass.
I tried to get him to not tell you.
Turn the camera to the left a little bit, Howard. No, other way.
All right.
Right there. That's where you were doing your maneuvers.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I like that. Oh dear.
Are you flying again?
Yeah, that's my plan. I got to weigh my spinner first because everyone's curious. Well, I'm curious.
Joe said so.
Well, yeah.
It's either heavier or lighter, and you're moving faster.
All right. Very good. And let me see here. Back to. Well, the other pictures that Marcel Legrand is not really explained to us. Here we go. Here's another one showing that it is a twin. I can't share this picture. My computer is not cooperating with me. Hang on. Let me try this again. Here we go. All right. See if I can make this big. And I can make them bigger. Okay, there we go. All right, let me share this image real quick.
I want to see it finish and how long it took, the whole thing.
Well, he's listening.
Yeah, I hear you.
So you guys see it. So that is a twin.
That's the twin, yeah.
That's a twin there.
Now, I have a picture of that plane finished. He says finally finished, and it's really pretty.
Yeah, he does good work. He does good work. I wish I could just advance these pictures, but I gotta stop sharing and grab another one. Just give me a second here. Let me close this one up, and let's see here.
He's watching me every day, so maybe he's learning how to build fast.
7.
And some people are just fast builders too, you know? It's amazing.
I got to tell you, nobody is faster than anybody else. You got to sit at the bench for the same amount of time.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, the second spinner's lighter than the first one.
But I thought you're moving faster.
First one is 11.81 grams, and the second one is 11.01 grams. 0.8 grams different.
There's no way that could be.
That ain't making it nose heavy.
A gram you ain't gonna be able to tell a gram.
Yeah, except it's the other direction.
Maybe you're just getting weaker every flight.
Yeah, I'm getting older every flight, so probably
he put a bigger battery in it. That's how come it's nose heavy.
Getting weaker. Feels like it's pulling harder.
And then here's another picture from Marcel Legrand. You guys seen that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks every bit of the path.
Like I said, the man built some pretty airplanes.
Yeah.
That looks like that could be the twin.
Can't see the nose.
I can't
There's
see
one
the
behind
nose.
it
It's
too.
chopped
There's
off.
two of them there. One lead.
There's another one over in the corner.
That's right.
Oh yeah. I see a couple Pathfinders already, and you think there's another one too? Oh,
Is
very
it,
nice.
is it kind of like Where's Waldo? Where's the Pathfinder?
Yeah, where's the Pathfinder?
Cha-ching.
So I wonder how he's holding that fuselage upright. It looks like an anvil there, and then he has something sandwiching the fuselage.
Device.
It's just one of those plastic Black & Decker work vices.
Oh, I never seen one that small before.
The suction cup vice that he's got the suction cup off, it looks like, with some kind of towel in the jaws.
Okay. Oh, very cool. I have
I
not seen
used
that
I
vice.
used to have one, but I've given it to somebody. I didn't use it much.
Who makes that vice?
Black & Decker.
Okay, there's another image of it. Let me pull this other image up. This is kind of cool. Let me see.
Black & Decker, Stanley, same thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
China.
It probably is now.
Oh, it is. Craftsman is China.
Ouch, you didn't have to hurt me that bad. Oh.
I'm trying to get this other picture up, and it's not cooperating. It says it looks like the file was moved or renamed. Let me try it a third time here. It's another angle of the device. No, I can't.
Wake up, Bob.
I can't.
It's late here.
I agree.
Anyways, I'm gonna hold off on sharing more. But thank you, Marcel Legrand. If I could have got it earlier, I could have maybe put it in a folder and be easier to advance through all of them. So we'll try that another time.
I'll try to send them all to you again. See if we can't put it in the folder or something.
Yeah. So, we see Brent Williams says, "Hola, y'all."
Bonus tacos.
Hola. So this is what. Let me share this here. I've shared this with other people already. Let me see here and make this big here. So here we go. Share. This might be something I've already seen already. But let me share this anyway. So I made a fuel tank out of using manila folders. You know, it's kind of not quite as heavy as cardstock, but more stiff or rigid than regular copy paper. So that's the whole fuel tank. That fuel tank is 3 inches wide, 1 inch tall, and then 3 inches long. And let me see if I can advance to some other.
So what airplane are you going to use that in?
That's on my stunt trainer. I have a picture of the stunt trainer with the tank installed as well.
You better fuel that with something. You don't want to use it like that.
What was that again, Howard?
You better fuel proof that thing.
Yeah, I better. So
here's a profile.
It's a profile, yeah. It's the profile is actually horizontal, not vertical.
So it's 6 ounces, 3 by 3 by 1.
Yeah. So here's another image of the body in tin. Doesn't show the weld yet. Here's 5. Here's 5 of them. I figured it'd be easier to do 5 than do 5 over the next 6 months. Let's do it 5 one time. So I'm kind of working on them. And you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes. Well done.
Thank you. And then so here's a better shot of them up close. And here's another shot. So this is how I soldered the inside plumbing. These newer ones, the fold is lower down. The seam is lower than this one. This is one of the first ones I did. That's inside the fuel tank. Another shot of it. That's it installed on the airplane, stunt trainer. That's an LA-25. I know that's enough fuel for a much bigger engine, but I plan to try different engines. So I wanted to have didn't want to be limited by my fuel capacity. Another shot of it. And here's these are all out of order, but this is the end caps. How I first made it out of, again, the manila folder paper.
You say that's a 6 ounce tank?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And how big is the engine?
Well, I might put a 35 or so on the plane.
What was that engine?
That was a 25.
So you're going to take off in California and land at Le Bourget?
Very good.
Do 3 stunt patterns.
That's very good. So
3 patterns per flight.
That's right.
So here's my jig, how I have it set up so I can solder it.
Nicely done.
Thank you. And here's I went too fast. Let me back up. Where'd that other one go? Well, it's gone. So it's just an attempt to test fit the, try and get the end caps to fit. And here's a successful end cap that I made out of paper. That's inside the tin body itself. And you can see it's a pretty good fit. But paper is different than tin. I mean, once I got the paper right, then the next challenge was to try to get a piece of tin to fit that good, right?
You understand bend allowance?
Yeah. This is how I did it with the tin. There is a little bit of opening on that top, and Jeff, I showed Jeff Riley, and he told me to rebend the top angle, and I did that, and it closed up that gap. I don't know if I have a picture of the of that. I think I sent that picture to you, Dennis.
Back there would be fine. Fill it with solder, it'd be fine.
Dennis left already, but I sent him, I think, the other. I don't see. I guess that must be all of them. But anyways, that's what I've been up to. I think that's all the pictures. I think.
So you put the cap inside the tank
Yeah, I got that idea from Keith Trossel and Mark Gerber. I was really, really impressed how they look. It's a really nice, beautiful, and this is a profile, so it's gonna be out there in the open.
Right.
You know, and I enjoy it. So I enjoy the challenge. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Alrighty, so.
Hi, Joe.
Yes.
Gordy here.
Yes, Gordy, I see you. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
We're doing okay.
You know, you're halfway here. You might as well keep heading west till you hit Utah.
I would, Colleen, I would love to come and see you. I bet it'd be pretty country out there, man.
Yeah, we got a great guest room.
Okay. Anybody going to the Nats and the Worlds?
I'm planning on going to the Worlds.
Good. 4 of us. We'll have a good time.
Yes.
Go to the Nats, not the World.
Not the Worlds. Okay. Good.
Joe.
Hey, I saw your airplane, son. Well done.
Thank you, Joe. Much appreciated.
Put some 20% nitro at that girl. Make it run like a 90.
Hi, Jim.
Make her go. Make her go.
You got Jim Bornholm here. Hey, Jim, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. How's it going?
Good to see you. I'm doing all right.
Good.
Surviving every day.
Howard's flying. Put him back on. Let's see him.
All right. Let me make him big here.
That way Steve can observe the over behind the head.
We can critique.
Yeah.
Back seat flyers.
Be careful, though. Remember, he can watch this later.
Oh, look at that. Straight down. That's good.
He overturned both of them. He overturned both of them.
He crisscrossed them.
Yep.
And that's over 45. Well, I'll never put one of my patterns on here.
Me neither.
No, you better not.
We can learn from you guys. We might learn what not to do, but we can still learn from you guys.
Inverted flight looks good.
Yeah.
Bob Hunt has the best tracings that I've watched on the rounds. His rounds are perfect.
All right.
Yeah, but I was trying to do a square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least Howard has a nice fence to follow his inverted with.
Yeah.
Kind of high there, Howard. Kind of high.
I was thinking that before. That's kind of neat.
Hi, Bob.
Hey, Gordy, how are you, man?
Hanging in there.
Hard
Hey,
to
Gordy,
tell
when
if
are you
those
going to
were
start
square or
working?
not.
When are you going to do your part of that twin history thing we were talking about? You know, you got some time now.
What's that?
What was that, Bob? You repeat that for Gordy?
We were going to write together a twin history, you know, and Gordy knows more about the early doings of twins than I do. He's the twin guru, and we're supposed to work together on a twin project for AMA. They want an article about control line twins.
That would be neat.
Well, he's reminded me about 20 times over the last 10 years, and I keep forgetting.
Hasn't been 10 years. It's been like 20.
Oh, it's been 20.
No,
I keep forgetting.
Howard's airplane has.
Want me to call you every day and remind you?
What's that?
Want me to call you every day and remind you?
Oh, yes, I'd like that.
Okay.
Look at the pace of Howard's airplane. It's got a nice pace.
Let's check it out.
Flying a good constant speed.
Yeah, well, that's back over his head.
Way behind your head.
The camera can be deceiving too, but
Right.
That's true. That's true.
it could be a whole lot worse than that. And we're not seeing it.
Yeah.
Shamey, shamey, shamey.
Oh man, it's funny.
Howard's
Tough
a buddy.
crowd.
He won't.
Tough
He won't
crowd.
mind. Howard's a buddy.
Yep.
Howard came here to visit. At one, he's been here twice, but he came here to visit, and Dean Papa showed up, and the two of them got talking technical stuff, and it took me an hour and a half to sweep up all the brackets and equations and symbols that fell out of their mouths.
Had to sharpen their pencils 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I didn't know what they were talking about.
VR 549.
I'm not putting my flights up on here. They won't let me fly at the Worlds if I do.
Come on, Len.
Hey, Len. Hey, Len, if I didn't tell you this before, Joe and I can tell you this now. Anybody else on it? Joe and I can tell you this now. Welcome to the club.
Thank you. Much
It's a
appreciated.
big privilege. Tremendous privilege.
I feel very blessed.
It has nothing to do with how good you fly. It's the fact that you're flying there.
I agree.
Right.
You're going to meet some really neat people.
It's gonna be a great time. Naomi and I have already discussed it. No matter what, we're there to have a good time.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
If anybody cares, Howard's flying a 5.2 lap times.
Okay, 5.2. All right.
He just did his cutoff loop.
Oh, he missed his landing that time.
That's a Dayton 30.
Buddy Weeder and I used to practice together like almost every day at a place that Tommy Hampshire found for us at a volunteer firehouse at a huge parking lot, and we used to fly there. And the deal, and I made a lot of money there because the deal was we put a quarter out, and you had whoever landed in each section, each series of flights, whoever landed closest to the quarter got to keep the quarter.
Oh,
So,
wow. Cool.
so I think Buddy won once.
That's all? Gosh.
So did you place a quarter upwind or downwind or?
Where did we place the quarter? We placed it over by the pits. Whatever, wherever the wind was by the pits. So we would land and roll by the pits so we could get the airplane off the circle quick. And that was the challenge.
All right. Yeah, but we kind of had that same thing where I fly in Escondido. We all try to land near the pits so that the handlers don't have to walk all the way to the other side of the circle.
You put a quarter there, so whoever
No, I fly in grass. That'd be really problematic.
Put dollars and stake them down. Be more important.
Yeah, take $1 down.
Yeah, inflation.
Yeah, the dollar that might be something.
Yeah, keeps you on your game. It really keeps you on your game.
Yeah,
They're only getting rough.
that would be something to do. Yeah.
Don't make me walk.
Yeah. Riley in the chat box says pretty airplanes are fun to show off, but the ugly Bettys are more fun.
Are you still talking about airplanes?
Yeah, we just had a comment from Jeff Riley, but
the ugly Bettys. I mean,
Hey, did Jeff Riley ever show the junkyard dog?
A long time ago, I saw it.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it. I've seen pictures.
I don't think I ever got to see pictures of it. I want to see pictures of that thing.
Hey, Howard. Howard, you may not want to watch this this program later on YouTube.
okay. Hey, that overhead didn't go behind my head this time, did it?
The vertical did.
The vertical 8, I mean. It did, huh? Well, if you were standing where I told you to stand to judge, you wouldn't have noticed.
Probably true. But the camera can lie, It could have been it could have been a lot worse than we're looking at.
It's where you put the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, good night, all.
Hey, good night, Sparky.
Good night, Sparky.
Night, Sparky.
Good night, Sparky.
30,000 tomorrow.
It's over 30 already.
Oh, over 30.
Sparky, what time you gonna be on tomorrow?
I'll probably be on early, 9, 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Hey,
AM or
Sunday,
PM?
Sunday
AM or PM?
in the morning.
Oh.
What were you gonna
Sunday
say,
might be
Steve?
flyable.
Yeah, I heard. The problem is that we didn't do laundry on Wednesday, and she's talking about doing laundry on Sunday.
Oh, no.
Oh, now she said or Monday. Okay.
Well, Monday might be good too.
One of these days they're gonna have to break away and do laundry, though.
Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna have to build again or
Yeah.
sand again.
That's right. Keep sanding. You got about 200 hours left of sanding.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
You know, that's what nobody ever told me when I got into this, or I'd have found another hobby. When you go to build an airplane, you get it all built and you think you've done all the sanding, then you start painting. If you want the paint job to look like anything, your sanding has just begun.
And when it's finished painting, the sanding has just begun.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you later.
Good.
Hey, Robert.
Take care,
Good.
Sparky.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
You don't know Mike Cooper, do you?
Does not sound familiar. No.
He's a local flyer. He's going to his first match this year.
Oh, cool.
But he just finished a crossfire. We put the flaps and elevators on it today. He came down. We put the flaps and elevators on. So,
Oh, nice.
actually, I got a picture. of it. I'll see if I can find it.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'll be right back.
I wanted to ask Jim Vornholt, how you doing?
Oh, okay.
Are you going to make it to the Worlds?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm
gonna try.
you gonna tabulate?
No, I haven't been asked to do anything, so.
Oh, I thought Mark Weiss was looking for tabulators.
I've offered at least 4 times, Steve, and he never takes me up on it, so.
I will
I'm not gonna offer
definitely.
anymore. I guess he
I
thinks
will.
I'm too old to be able to use a calculator, I guess.
Oh no way, man!
I doubt that.
I'll talk to him about that. That's
Well, that's all right. Don't talk me into doing any work. I'd rather be a spectator, Steve.
Well, I don't want to tabulate. I want to be a score runner. So I got to make sure he's got enough tabulators.
Oh, okay. Well, if I don't know. How many days are you talking about, for the Nationals or for the Worlds?
For the Worlds.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, Jim. Sounds good.
Yeah. All righty. See you guys later.
All righty.
Good, Jim.
Bye.
Take care, Jim.
Good night, Jim.
Good to see you, buddy.
Well, I'm going to end the live stream, so we will carry on in the after party without the camera. And so, anyways, I want to bid everyone fair winds and tight lines. See ya.
You're good. I can't find those pictures. I magically disappeared.